What are we reading tonight? Are we reading this? Disney Storybook Collection Advent Calendar? Okay. Let's see what's inside. Oh my goodness. What one do you want to read? 16? You gotta wait
He's got his tongue out.
a few more days for those ones. Let's read 7. Does that one sound good? Yeah.
He says, I open my mouth.
Okay, here we go. What's inside? Winnie the Pooh, the Sweetest Christmas.
We love Pooh Bear.
One snowy Christmas Eve, Winnie the Pooh looked up and down, in and out, and all around his house. He had a tree set up in the living room. It was decorated with some candles and honey pots. Pooh looked at the tree and tapped his head. Something seems to be missing, he said. He walked over to the window and peered outside, then he walked back to the tree and thought some more. Suddenly, a knocking sound startled Pooh. Rat-tat-tat-tat. He turned toward his front door. Maybe whatever it is I can't remember I'm missing is outside my door, Pooh said. When Pooh opened the door, he found a small snowman on his front step. Hello, Pooh Bear. The snowman shivered. Pooh thought the voice sounded very familiar. He invited the snowman inside. After standing beside the fire for a few minutes, the snowman melted, and the more he melted, the more he started to look like Piglet. Oh my, said Pooh. He was happy to see his friend instead of the snowman. Oh my, said Piglet, now that the snow had melted off of him. He could see Pooh's glowing Christmas tree. Are you going to hang popcorn on your tree? Piglet asked. There was popcorn, Pooh admitted, but I ate it. Now I only have string. Pooh thought for a second, wondering if he was supposed to get more popcorn. But that wasn't it either. Then we can use the string to wrap the presents you're giving, Piglet said. Something began to tickle in Pooh's brain. It was the something missing he hadn't been able to remember. Oh, I forgot the presents, Pooh exclaimed. Don't worry, Pooh. I'm sure you'll think of something. Soon it was time for Piglet to go home and wrap his own presents. He said goodbye to his friend and went back out into the cold and snowy night. Yeah.
Yes, my baby.
Pooh stood beside the tree and tapped his head as he thought, where could he find presents for his friends? It was already Christmas Eve. Was it too late? He thought some more. He sat down in his cozy chair, then he got up and had a small smackerel of honey. He peered out of the window and watched the snow fall. Then he had an idea. He still didn't know what to do about the presents he'd forgotten, but he knew where to find help. Hello, Pooh called as he knocked on Christopher Robin's door. Christopher Robin opened the door and smiled when he saw his visitor. Come in, Pooh Bear, he said. Merry Christmas. Why do you look so sad on the most wonderful night of the year? Pooh was just about to explain about the forgotten presents when something caught his eye. He pointed over at the stockings over by the fireplace. What are those for? He asked. Those are stockings to hold Christmas presents, explained Christopher Robin. But Christopher Robin, Pooh said, what if someone forgot to find presents for his friends? And what if the same someone doesn't have stockings to hang because he doesn't wear any? Pooh looked down at his bare feet, then back up at Christopher Robin. Silly old bear, Christopher Robin said. That's not a very nice response. What's wrong, buddy?
He's used to laying down for book reading, and now that he's sitting up, he's not used to being able to see everything. It's okay. It's okay. And it's also very close to nap time, and we've been teething, and just everything else has been happening. The passy is over here, I recommend.
He took Pooh up to his room. They dug through the drawers until Pooh found 7 stockings.
It's okay. It's okay.
Thank you, Christopher Robin, Pooh said. He smiled. He picked up a stocking for each of his friends and one for himself to hang over his fireplace. He hurried off to deliver the stockings to his friends. As he walked through the 100-acre woods, he thought about the presents he still needed for the stockings. I will get the presents later, Pooh said to himself. The stockings come first. Pooh stopped at each of his friends' houses. Everyone was asleep. He quietly hung the stockings where each of his friends would find them. Each one had a tag that read, From the Pooh. When Pooh got back to his house, he climbed into his cozy chair in front of the roaring fire. Now I must think about presents for my friends, he said. Pooh was tired from finding the stockings and delivering them to his friend's house. Before he knew it, thinking turned into dreaming. He was fast asleep.
He was a tired baby.
The next morning.
The next Pooh morning.
Pooh woke to a loud thumping noise. Thump-a-bump-bump. I wonder who that could be, he said. He climbed out of his chair and opened his door. Merry Christmas, Pooh! His friends cried. Where are you going?
He's like, I shall become one with the book. I shall become one with this book.
There on Pooh's doorstep stood Tigger, Rabbit, Piglet, Owl, Eeyore, and Gopher. They were each carrying their stocking from Pooh. Then he remembered what had happened the night before. He had fallen asleep before giving presents to his friends. Oh, bother, he said. Then he realized that his friends were all talking at once. They were thanking him for their gifts. No more cold ears for